And let me tell you a little bit about consultation, Mr. Speaker. In the Miramichi, when the MRIs were announced, and member from Miramichi Centre, listen up, because you might have to do this yourself someday. You might have to stand up yourself someday against your government. When the MRIs were announced back in January and the Miramichi wasn't included, Mr. Speaker, Dr. Gerard Loge, a very well-respected physician from the Miramichi region, came to me and said, "What's going on? Why was the Miramichi left out?" You know what I did, Mr. Speaker? I went and I consulted with the radiologists in Miramichi. I went and I consulted with the Minister of Health. I went and I consulted with the Deputy Minister of Health. I went and I consulted with the community of Miramichi, Mr. Speaker. I tabled a petition in this House, Mr. Speaker, with over 10,000 names on it for the Miramichi to have an MRI. It's okay to make mistakes, Mr. Speaker. Our government made a mistake when they didn't include the MRI for the Miramichi in the first round. And it's because I stood up for the people of the Miramichi that that MRI was promised and it was committed, and it should be in the Miramichi now. This government got elected, and what did they do? They stopped it, Mr. Speaker. They stopped the purchase of the MRI for the Miramichi. They stopped the purchase of the MRI for Bathurst, and they stopped the purchase of the 3Ts for Moncton and St. John, Mr. Speaker, and that's just shameful. And here we are today, Mr. Speaker. Here we are today in this House debating this very important motion for the city of St. John and the city of Moncton, because it's the two neuroscience centres, Mr. Speaker. And you know what happened? This government muzzled every member from those two cities. Not one of them had the audacity to stand up to defend their communities and defend the constituents that voted for them to speak up for them. And that's why I'm talking about Miramichi Centre. Someday you might have to stand up, Miramichi Centre. And I hope you do, like I did. I stood up in this House and presented a petition against my own government because what they did was wrong and it was a mistake. And you know what? They admitted to their mistake and they fixed it. And that's what this motion is here today. This is about fixing a mistake. And Madam Minister, there's nothing wrong with admitting that you made a mistake. Nobody will fault you.